Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital. Welcome to today's video market update. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, as well as the altcoin market cap, because Ethereum is actually leading the market right now, and Bitcoin is trying to follow suit. It's trying to follow in Ethereum's footsteps, but it is slightly lagging behind. So I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Let's dive right into the update. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on multiple timeframes for multiple coins. Let's start with Bitcoin and its latest weekly close. Its latest weekly close is a bullish dragonfly doji, and this was a candle, or at least a chart, that I mentioned on Twitter yesterday, because the psychology of a single candlestick on a high time frame, that is the weekly, this means a lot in terms of what sort of psychology is going on in this particular candle. This is the 11,400, 11,600 support area, and essentially speaking, the bears were trying to pull price down below this area of support, but the bulls were very strong enough to just defend this support area and actually manage a weekly close above that. So dragonfly dojis actually tend to be a sign of exhaustion in a downtrend, or in this case on a dip. This is essentially sell-side exhaustion, seller exhaustion, not being able to press price to lower levels, and just tapping into that liquidity, to those stink bids, those lower buy orders on the side of demand for price to spring back up. And now we're actually seeing a curling up in the weekly candle. This latest weekly candle, September is already a very good month for crypto at the moment. It's only the first day and already Bitcoin, Ethereum are doing very well. So this sort of curling up is very, very promising. So we're just going to challenge for these highs, these local highs right over here of $12,000, and Bitcoin is going to try and make new highs because it's lagging behind Ethereum, so it's going to try and start to follow and keep up with Ethereum. So as long as Ethereum continues to go on a tear as it has been so far, Bitcoin is going to follow suit, and it hasn't quite done that in the exponentiality that Ethereum has done so far. But in any case, this is the zoomed out weekly chart. We're seeing these multiple candlesticks and a curling up in its price action, which is very promising because it is a U-shaped reversal. Dragonfly dojis are candles that showcase bullish trend reversal because they just showcase a lack of sell side momentum, and it just shows a lot of sell-side exhaustion as well. So it's just great to see that we're seeing a lot of demand here, or at least for the fourth straight week we're seeing support in a previous area of multi-year resistance. Fantastic to see such price stability in a area that used to be a very strong rejection area. So great to see this sort of momentum and price strength confirmation at these highs. Bitcoin is looking pretty good, and if we look at the monthly time frame for Bitcoin, it looks very much to be the case that this candle in July was a breakout candle past a historic resistance that used to be a form of rejection. Remember guys, so many FOMO wicks here, rejecting price each time. July was the first month that we made ourselves above this area, or at least it was Bitcoin that made itself above 10,800 and managed to actually claim this level of old resistance as a new support and then springboard to higher levels. And it looks like this was the breakout candle, this was the pullback into a retest candle, and now this looks like trend continuation. So it's very early on in September, but this is what things are starting to shape up to be, just to be a trend continuation candle this September. So exciting things at the moment. But if we just zoom into the daily time frame for Bitcoin, you'll notice that we saw a breakdown most recently, a few days back, from the 30-day trend line, from the 30-day technical micro trend line. Breaking down from here should have resulted in some additional downside, much deeper than what we saw here. So the fact that we've only managed to really just see additional 7% of downside after the breakdown, after the loss of the trend line, just a limited downside, just showcases a strength, because we broke down from here and then we just kept these lows where people just accumulated, and then now we're seeing a new uptrend once again. So it's just interesting to see that this 30-day uptrend losing itself wasn't a very significant thing for price, which only is a testament to some sort of strength at these levels for Bitcoin, because price couldn't fall as deep as many people were wishing to, just to accumulate Bitcoin on a deeper retrace. We didn't get that chance to even accumulate below 11,000. So these trend lines, these two trend lines should have been at least a form of resistance. And actually we did see that sort of form of resistance yesterday in the form of this doji candle, this rejection candle. But now it looks like Bitcoin is trying to reclaim these trend lines, and as long as it finds support at these trend lines, then we're going to see 12,000 once again, and in fact we'll probably see price revisit the highs of this previous trend line for a test. So that's approximately confluent with 12,000 to 12,100. So we're watching for those trend lines to just reclaim themselves as a support. But on the macro scale, Bitcoin is still following the stock to flow model very well. And of course, we always see small deviations below or even small deviations above, but overall deviations that are significant for price are always going to deviate quite substantially from this average that is the stock to flow for Bitcoin. So it's always going to be a matter of deviation, and we're following the trend line perfectly. So there's not really been much deviation in Bitcoin's price action. So be rest assured that as long as history repeats itself, we're going to see very strong deviations to the upside as we progress in this bull market. Because if you look at history and see the stock to flow line, you'll notice that the line, following the line perfectly, is not something that we see in history, and deviations are likely to occur going forward. And in terms of Ethereum's price action, from the 360 to 160 channel, the multi-year channel, 360 being the multi-year channel resistance, we broke past that area, and then we were actually consolidating within this consolidation channel, this bull flag, for a few weeks before finally breaking out from here. So Ethereum is now enjoying a continuation in the uptrend, this being the first explosive move, this being the consolidation, and now we're seeing yet again another period of trend continuation, because we've seen many periods of first initial uptrends, consolidation, and then uptrends again, and then consolidation once again, and then uptrends again. So we're just seeing this repeat once again. And this is something I actually want to tweet about, because this is actually a very good point, that whenever we see a bull flag on Ethereum's price action in this bull market, that's a very good moment for buyers to get interested, because it precedes bullish continuation. And that's what we're actually seeing from Ethereum, bullish continuation, because Ethereum is leading the market. It's not only leading Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is still lagging behind Ethereum. Ethereum is leading the whole market, and this includes altcoins as well, the altcoin market cap. And it's interesting to see how a few weeks back, the altcoin market cap broke past a region of 138 billion, 136 billion. This was a few weeks back. It broke past this area for the first time since November, late November 2017, and what I was watching for was a pullback into the green level as we had seen in the past. So that was something I was watching for history to repeat itself, because we're seeing a lot of similarity across this period. We're seeing a lot of similarity, and the fact that altcoin market cap actually broke out towards the upside without really pulling back into that historically relevant area like we saw in late November 2017 is a testament to that bullish strength in altcoins, because Ethereum is leading altcoins right now. It's actually carrying the altcoin market, but the fact that we're seeing a break past 440 for Ethereum means that it's setting the stage for the next phase of altcoin rallies. And this has tremendous implications for the money flow cycle, because we're seeing money flow within Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we're going to see that money flow back into mid caps and low caps, into smaller altcoins. So it's just interesting to see how since mid-March, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin have rallied an exponential amount. Ethereum, for instance, has rallied over 4x, I think, at this time, because this was a tweet from August 22nd. So Ethereum rallying to 470 right now, this is more than a 4x since mid-March, which is crazy to think that Ethereum was $80 back in mid-March at those very fearful, pessimistic lows. And it's just a case of wondering whether we should be really worried in a early bull market whenever we see a dip or retrace. So on August 22nd, Ethereum dipped around 15% to 370, I believe, and now it's actually $100 north of that figure. only a few weeks later. So, and Bitcoin as well, Bitcoin is back at 12,000. So there's no need to get fearful, pessimistic, worried about these pullbacks in this early bull market, because they are a stepping stone to something greater. And that is a continuation in the uptrend. And just to finish up on Litecoin, Litecoin is currently holding a very important gauge for long-term investor sentiment. That is the black 200 exponential moving average. If Litecoin's price is below this level, then people are bearish on Litecoin. If price is above it, then people are bullish on Litecoin. And the thing here is that Litecoin is actually consolidating above this 200 exponential moving average, claiming it as a support, which is fantastic because we're seeing price trend confirmation above a key gauge of investor sentiment for Litecoin. So people are getting more bullish on Litecoin as it continues to consolidate at these regions. But if we just think about Litecoin within the framework of its price action, this sort of typical price analysis, you'll notice that Litecoin is essentially consolidating within a very key range of $55 to $66. And we're just seeing, if we just zoom in here, a pullback into the range low, range high, range low, and we're probably going to see, after a successful retest attempt of this multi-year downtrending resistance that's broken already, once a successful retest happens over here, we're going to see a revisit of $66. And the whole thing to bear in mind here is that a breakout past $66 and turning that into a new support will enable a new uptrend for Litecoin, because breaking this multi-year resistance, we haven't fully cleared that area yet, and once we actually break past $66, then we'll have that additional confirmation. So if you're just holding Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum for higher time frames, and you're thinking of holding these for a few years, don't get shaken out whenever we see dips on a weekly time frame or on a daily time frame, because remember, those dips are stepping stones to something greater. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider dropping a like if you did, and of course subscribe to more videos like this in the future. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak soon.